What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, and today's just gonna be another real one. Before I get started, you're probably looking at my eye like, what happened to your eye? Did you get punched in the eye? Something happened to your eye? I was at work and I was grabbing a product, smacked myself in the face with it, got me right there. Yeah. So that explains the whole thing. I'm not gonna say the word, you know what it is. YouTube's like kind of weird about certain words you say on YouTube, so I'm just gonna say adult sites or the hub. You know what it is, so let's get into it. So a lot of people struggle with self-confidence, self-esteem, and I feel like the people who actually watch those things, the hub, you know, the adult sites, it messes with your mental, it messes with your self-esteem. It creates a reality of thinking that's not your real reality. A lot of dudes struggle with even approaching the women in public. I see this in the gym all the time. There's beautiful women all over the gym, No, and I'm not saying go to the gym just to talk to women. I'm saying guys will sit there and just stare at them, like, and won't say a word to them, you know? If you like something, go up and say something. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say I wasn't like this, because yes, I've watched adult sites. I wouldn't say I was addicted, but I watch it once or twice a week, you know. And I noticed after every time I was done doing that type of stuff, I feel guilty. I'm like, man, why did I just do that, you know? It's not me on camera doing the things. It's not me doing it with that beautiful woman. It's some other dude, you know? And you sitting there beating your meat, you know? Beating your meat. Oh my gosh. When you could, in reality, you could go to the grocery store. You could go to the gym. You could go to a bar if that's your thing. You could go to a walk, you know? And run into a beautiful woman, spark up a conversation, and start something great between you. It's gonna be a lot of trial and error, but it will happen eventually if you keep on. A lot of people are scared of rejection, so they're just like, oh man, I'm just gonna go home and turn on the hub, you know, beat off. I don't need that. But it's your primal instinct to mate with a woman, you know. Why waste your energy and your time watching those things? It makes you weak mentally. It makes you think that you can't have that type of woman. You can only have her on the screen. You're watching it through the screen. Oh my gosh, gotta be my me. But in reality, you can have that type of person if you want that type of woman, and it gives you unrealistic expectations of what really goes on between two people, you know. You're watching all this crazy stuff. That's not the real life. It's not real life. It's a fantasy, and it clouds men's thoughts. See, a lot of guys, they'll be super tough around other guys. Hey man, F you, you know, talk all that shit, you know, try to fight, but they get around a beautiful girl and don't know what to say, you know. Or a lot of guys, you know, I've seen this so many times in my life, will settle for less. They'll settle for something that they're not really attracted to, you know. And they're just doing it because that's the first girl, you know, that came along, and now they're cheating on their spouse. They don't like who they're with. They're not attracted to who they're with, so they go back to the adult site and just do it in private mode, you know. You can have any woman you want. You gotta go out there and approach these women. You gotta go out there, you gotta get off the screen, you gotta put the phone down. A lot of people go through this, you know. They go and you look at the places you do it. You go in your room, you go in private, and you hide from the world, and you do the deed. Oh my gosh, and then you're done. You're like, oh man, oh, you're all lazy, you don't want to do anything, and that kills your motivation to go out and meet beautiful women. You don't even have the motivation or the effort to do that type of stuff because you spend all day watching that site, you know, sitting on that site, beating off, you know. Every man should stay away from them adult sites. They're no good for your brain. They don't do anything for you. They don't better you in any type of way, you know. It's a fantasy. It's not It's not helping you. That's why I say, like, you know, strip club. What's the point of going to a strip club? Why do you think, what? I'm getting off tangent here. But why do you think OnlyFans is popping so big? From these adult sites. These guys get on these adult sites, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then they see a girl, you know, so they think they can get close from online, but really the girl doesn't give a damn about the dude. She just wants your money. She don't care. She might act like she cares, but she don't care. And you steady spending, beating off. But you could go to the grocery store. You don't even gotta spend no money. You could go for a walk, run into a beautiful woman and spark up a conversation, but you choose to stay in your room and continue beating your meat and looking at fantasy. And this is where the self-doubt and low confidence comes into place, because it turns into a cycle. You keep doing it, and then that builds anger. You start getting angry. You start thinking like, damn, man. You see somebody else with a beautiful woman, you get mad. You're like, man, he must have money. He must. You just make up a whole bunch of excuses. Man, you know what? I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna beat off. I'm gonna go find some. I don't need that. You know, I'm gonna go beat off. It makes you weak up here. It makes you super weak. It messes with your confidence. It creates false identities in your head. That stuff you watch online is not the real world. It's not what happens in real life. And what they do, they create all these different scenarios, so they want you to keep you addicted, keep you in that cycle, keep you drowned. And if you continue to watch this, you become like a shell. You just become a shell, you know what I'm saying? With a whole bunch of built up anger because you can't get the woman you want, because you spend all your time on these adult sites, wasting your time, wasting your energy. I watched them. These are the emotions I felt, you know? So I'm just speaking from experience. I don't want you to think like I'm just preaching to the choir, because these are the things I experienced from, you know, I see a beautiful woman, but the day before, you know, I watched that adult site, beat off. Oh, nah, man, she's probably got a boyfriend. Nah, all these thoughts come to my head. Man, just go home in your room and beat off, you know? You don't need to put in work, you know? Or a girl rejects me, or something bad in my life happens. It doesn't even have to do with women. So I'm gonna go home and relieve myself and look at somebody else live out what I want to do. You know? Think about it. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. A lot of people say they're not addicted. They'll try to go a whole week without looking at anything, you know, not pictures, not videos, nothing, you know, and then see if you're not addicted or not. Appreciate you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Peace.